Why?
Is he actually going to go for the Bren skin? Is he going to play his M series skin?
I think just last week he played it.
He did?
And that was the first time I've ever seen him play it.
I thought he was. I thought he didn't want to play it.
He used to not like it because
So
he would
what's
always go
happened?
for the Matador or the superhero.
Is this growth? Is
No.
this personal growth?
He's moved on.
He's moved on. He doesn't believe in bad luck anymore.
Yeah.
In the juju.
In the juju.
Bad luck is afraid of this man. And
He's afraid of the goat.
He's afraid of the goat.
Caldy's in bad luck. Bad luck has Caldy.
And now they have the Kalea Yisun Shin. They don't have to take the Yisun Shin immediately, but I feel like the Kalea is a must by this point.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's one of the ways that you actually answer to the Lancelot. Oh no!
You give Lancelot Kalea to Tlph.
Me no like. Because
You
again-
like?
No, like.
No, because I said the Grok on X Nova was good, but it's not great because, as mentioned by Joseph, there is a delay. You have to set it up.
Yeah.
Like there is a two-step process to pinning down elusive targets.
All right.
One of the most elusive being the Lancelot. What's going on?
Oh no, it would be a big surprise for me if Tlph doesn't pick up the Kalea at this point. One of the more potent roamers right now. They could just redeem that Kalea, and the AP Bren will be in trouble for that too.
Man, what if they just went Kalea and then
Arlott.
Arlott? There's so many good choices here, honestly, for Tlph to go ahead and take. And they'll go Selena and
the Granger.
They lock
You know
in the Granger now.
They could just snub the Kali actually.
Uh-huh.
Because it was more of a big ticket pick for AP Bren, but now Liquid's just like they gave us everything. Look at this. These are signature picks. 1 to 3 on blue.
Yeah. Granger, definitely one of the heroes to watch out for if you're up against OHAB. Currently #1 on Granger. And to be fair, AP Bren, I feel like this has to be a Yisun Shin. Unless, of course, you want to play into your deep hero pool. James Hanks, I wonder what they're going to take out by now.
Yeah, it might just be a YSS, honestly.
If they don't pick the YSS, they don't have to pick anything here for James Banks. It's just leave it to Red 5 or something.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Kagura?
Time to drop the beat.
That was a joy.
They still go for the Joy. And which means that this is actually one of the first few times that Yisun Shin is completely snubbed in a drafting phase.
That's right. We've seen it happen. We've seen it before. Not just in MPLPH, but, you know, a handful of third-party and adjacent tournaments all around the world. But here's the thing. The Joy, the reason why I think James Banks called for this and Coach Jeff allowed for this pick is the Selena does nothing against the Joy, especially
That's
if
right.
the arrow doesn't hit. When you hit max electrifying beat stacks,
Yeah.
you can just step on traps and like, nope, nothing.
It's
Yeah.
fine.
And also the Granger struggles against it by mid to late game. Early game, I feel like the Granger could tolerate the damage and outrange, obviously, this Joy. But it seems that the Arlott is the next target here for AP Brent. Still looking for the XP and roam pick here for Tlph.
Oh, and then what's Sanford going to end up playing? You can see some of the XP lane options.
Lapu's still there.
Yeah, Lapu's still going to be there.
Uranus.
It'd be cool if he... I don't know who else he'd debut, but it'd be cool if he debuted another hero, but
I agree.
I think that's all we're going to get is the Dyroth for now.
If AP Bren picks Lord JM's pick Red 4, then that's when 4D picks. This is a nice chess-like setup in the draft for Tlph. Because even if AP Bren have the red side advantage of picking last, they don't have control. Because Liquid put them in this position.
And in terms of power spikes too, Tlph it just goes insane by mid-game. A Lancelot and a Granger and a Selena means they could pick off anyone the moment that Abyssal Arrow lands. Last ban here for Tlph. They do have a Kimmy ban already, and they're going to take away the Kagura, which means that a bad matchup between a Farsa and a Selena could be an option here for the side of AP Bren.
And even if that doesn't happen, and since AP Bren are also attacking JP's hero pool, we can, again, just roll back to the Kalia. Imagine
It's still
just
open.
Tsunami slamming that Joy. That is not safe for the Joy. Because the Joy is definitely going to get suplexed.
And there's no question there. I mean, JP could just spam the Tsunami Slam while the Joy's trying to charge up that ultimate, and there's no way to dodge it.
Tsunami spam.
Tsunami spam.
I like it. What are they going to do then? AP Bren?
Unless they go for XP lane Kalea. We haven't seen that in a while.
That's some Mr. 50-50 tech right there.
Okay. The preemptive Valentina pick.
It's a blind Valentina. It's a blind Valentina, this one.
Still just the phantom execution.
Yeah, because you're also assuming that Rome and XP will have solid pickups for you. I wonder how Daddy JP and TLPH's coaches skirt around this.
Tlph.
Tlph?
Yep. Again,
I just randomly threw heroes there.
That gives the Valentina nothing. Although there's very little interaction with Selena and the chip, but it's still lethal.
Hylos? Would he go Hylos?
Oh, Hylos would.
Hylos Lafu good too.
Valentina would be really happy with a glorious pathway, though. It seems that they're going to go with a Phoveus Hylos.
Hylos Phoveus.
So the only real pickup is the glorious pathway.
Is the glorious pathway.
All right.
And now Shizo is left. Actually, no. They're still looking for their XP laner here. Unless this is going to be a XP lane Valentina, in which case we haven't seen in a long time, too.
That'd be a history fact to bring up.
Yeah, that's going to be... The last time that we actually saw Valentina XP lane was 2 seasons ago.
Oh, not as far as thought.
Not as far.
Back as
it was played by Edward. When Lucas was still part of the meta, Valentina was the counter pick against it.
A legit threat, she was.
Yes.
Against the Phoveus, given the current bans. CC, there it is. They dug deep. I also just almost blanked out.
Yeah.
This is solid. At least they won one lane.
Yeah.
Very solid laning phase here for the XP lane of Apbr in the hands of Lord JM, and I'd like to believe a comfort pick as well for Lord JM. He entered this league with a few heroes on his sleeve. I feel like apart from the Thamas, where his debut season relied on, this CC is also something that Lord JM loves to play around with.
Yeah, he's had some good performances on it for Lord JM. I think this one he's going to have to, of course, step up and be able to utilize this in complement to Xnova. Again, we mentioned Xnova's game 1 wasn't too bad, but they just got to be able to go ahead and capitalize on this. And maybe the Valentina taking the glorious pathway will really help that.
And this is already game number 2 with Team Liquid securing game 1 in 19 minutes. This is already going to be the final game of this series if ever TL scores another one.
Welcome
Going into game number 2,
Legends.
I like that Apbr heeded our calls for early game proactivity. They are not playing a reactive game. They are actually putting their foot down, even with Aqua picking up the Valentina. Because I would rather have one solid ult than be overloaded with 2 or 3 choices and not getting what I want.
Yeah.
So this is okay. Again, I respect Aqua's game.
Aqua has been one of the more, I would say, mid laners that, apart from his veterancy, has peaked in his RHG days, but is willing to lead a team of sophomores and rookies back to the promised land. And for TLPH, they are currently in their prime, and Shizo already taking a lot of damage as well from Oheb, but those are like solid trade-ups in the gold lane.
Yeah, I wonder too, you know, how this is going to be able to go ahead and play out for not just Aqua on the Valentina, but even so for James Panks, because yes, the Joy is great. It should be able to keep its pace against Carl Teasy here, but I feel like, again, if you're not able to go ahead and utilize Xnova, for example, in some of these objective fights, it's up to James Panks to pull out those million moves that we talked about before, even back in the rookie season.
I mean, James Panks is still one of those junglers that is yet to prove himself in the MPL. He has already proved himself in the MPL, getting his moniker, the man with a million moves. Right now, I feel like he's very limited against TLPH. They have been pinpointing his location for the longest time, and Xnova is one of the biggest clues as to where James Panks is.
Xnova protecting that other half of the jungle. Sanji coming in, spots him. Well, whenever Sanji does join a fight, whether it be to help Carl Teasy leash or to throw in some CC, some burst, he's such a key player. Look at this.
Oh, no, though.
Oh, Xnova! He's trying to get away with a flicker. First blood in the hands of Carl Teasy, and now there's the pathway from Aqua. Taking it from JP. So, okay, first blood on the board.
Wow.
I guess he's just going to go grab his buff and get the turtle after that.
Gentlemen,
That's just real predictions.
yeah, did you see that? That was a third eye level read by Tlph. He Phantom Execution into where he thought X-Nova would flicker. The tightest corner of that small camp.
That's the GOAT.
Yeah, that's experience and adrenaline running through Tlph's soul as he tries this first turtle of the game, already half HP.
Okay, right now there's nothing they can do about that.
No contest. But look at James Panks' effort, right? He knew that he wanted to go for the trade instead, but gets blocked by Daddy JP.
And so far, the game has not been looking great here for AP Brent. Tlph not only controlling the first blood, but also getting the first big objective as well. James Panks yet to find his first, I would say, first winning skirmish, and Joy loves those skirmishes.
Okay, looking at the lane to lane, gold-wise, the only real major lead we're looking at is on baby cakes, right? From jungle to jungle, gold to gold, and that's where a majority of this 1,000 gold lead is for Liquid. Where does AP Brent catch a break? I'd say in the EXP lane. Lord JM is their only hope here. If he can bully Sanford into actually doubting if he can jump in and use Infernal Pursuit, then maybe AP Brent can claw into a solid mid game.
Yeah. Even with that, if you can utilize that CC later on from Lord JM, yeah, you might be able to transition later on to these team fights around the turtle, but right now, since that's going to be on the other side of the map, we'll have to see how it's played out. Tlph was up there, but his buff's up, so they'll just go for a reset. Nothing too much happening. AP Brent just farming up.
I feel like for AP Brent, it's extremely hard to find plays against Tlph, mainly because the uptime of Tlph is technically like all the time.
Yep.
All of their stuff is almost always online. You have the Granger with the bullets, the arrows from Selena, and the Hylos is just Hylos, man.
Yep, their only real big thing that they're counting on is the Glorious Pathway. After that, you can't even count Phantom Execution. Tlph has the potential to whip out 2 in a long fight. So Liquid now have to watch out for the XP. That's the only thing I think that AP Brent have going for them. Besides X-Nova getting a flicker tech charge, which is, again, we've seen and learned that takes a lot to warm up.
Now the second turtle of the game, already in the eyes of JP and X-Nova. Both roamers establishing good position around that as well. Pexel Brush with Earth and Rampart. And the arrow does land at James Panks, which means Tlph could go for this.
Yeah, half health there. Another arrow's going to land. James Panks, though, is going to go mid for Sanji. So Turtle will be secured. The Phantom Execution from Tlph and Aqua could be in trouble. They drop down the Glorious Pathway, but still, what more can they get? A good push, though, from Shizu up top of the Tier 1.
That's good. At least they got something in return.
And again, this is partly in exchange of how Lord JM called the shots, pushed in that wave, set it up for Shizu, so that Shizu, in the absence of Liquid's pressure, could push in. So I'd say that's a fair trade. A turtle for a turret. This will definitely slow down Liquid Stampede going up. Economy-wise, though, yeah, no, I think Lord JM did pay for that setup. He's now down about
just
100 gold.
Oh, JP in trouble. Glorious Pathway dropped down, stolen by Aqua. Now Sanford, all by himself, but a push down a bot from Oheb.
And that's good for Tlph. A big fight was happening in the river. Get your own turret, and now you're up ahead by 2,000. I thought AP Brent already won that trade, but Shizu down to half HP with 1 Thorn Rose.
Okay, so Lord JM, he's now doing the opposite of what I think, but just getting the same result. He's playing the sandbag, all the while leading up to... He's basically the stepladder for AP Brent. He is setting up so that Shizu can get wins, and so that other lanes can win for AP Brent. This is what's keeping Liquid here down to just 1,500, 2,000, because this could get out of hand. Oh, look at the damage from Lord JM.
Wow.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what we are looking for from this CC. You know, he did use the current call, but wasn't able to cap out. But he got a bounce well. He got the flicker out from Sanji, so that's at least a little something. AP Brent really holding on to this Tier 1 in the mid, though. That's what they want to. The third turtle's coming up shortly.
But that's already 2 green camps stolen away by Tlph. James Panks have nothing to farm apart from this mid lane, as the last turtle spawns near the XP lane, and Tlph already in a very prime position to take this away for them. Potential 4v4 happening here in the last turtle fight, and X-Nova still looking for his first big play.
See how they do it. X-Nova giving the information. Lord JM now playing a part of the fight up front against Sanford. JP concealing a 4, going to drop the pathway to cut them off. He's going to be able to get this in. Tlph gets the turtle. Now X-Nova could be in trouble. He's all by himself. He'll fall here, so Tlph gets a turtle. 3 for 3 and a kill, and they're still under the turret. They're pushing James Panks off the orange.
Uh-oh.
Shizu, though, he does get some damage on this tier 1.
Sanford can take this.
Oh, Sanford. JP's here. Oh, there's the flicker. Shizu trying to get out. He's going to get stunned. And Sanford now joining through. Infernal Pursuit under the turret. Shizu's going to be fine. A good pushback. Here comes the rest of Apbr. Going for JP now. JP in trouble as he falls. Sanford has the Infernal Pursuit, but he can't go 1 versus 3. He falls there. Great play to respond for Shizu.
But a lot of battle spells burnt, though.
But it was traded for in mid. I think Liquid understood that they are already too far gone, and the 2 most gym proficient members of Tlph sacrificed so that the rest of the map can go blue. Liquid, I think, halfway regret it, but it's not exactly unrecoverable. This puts Apbr in a better position, though.
Oh, they still got something out of it, but Lord JM able to escape with the leap here, and Tlph. Bit of spice here between James Panks.
Oh, he's going to go ahead and challenge James Panks. He'll get out. And execution. Not sure if Aqua and X-Nova want to go ahead and do much.
No way.
The Thorn Rose to stop from the Spear of Destruction landing.
Yes way. Tlph knows the ins and outs, the little intricacies of this hero. That's what I'm saying. You don't give Lancelot to Carl.
Even with a Brent skin too, showing off in this game. 20 seconds before the first Lord of this game spawns, and Tlph holds a substantial 3,000 gold lead against Apbr. But the good news here for Apbr is they still have a hold around their orange buff, which means they could set something up for themselves before this Lord starts.
And that's something definitely Apbr can count on as a blessing. Looking at their items, this is, oh my lord, a full item between Shizu and Oheb. The concealed play from Liquid.
Who are they going for? X-Nova.
Nova.
Tech slams on now, on the defense, even flickers now. Lord JM all by himself. He's going to pop the Vengeance. Trying to do something. I'm not sure what the plan was there. But SOD is landed by Shizu, but he's just going to stay on that bottom side, and Tlph will go ahead and take this Lord now.
And this is going to be a free Lord after that winning team fight from Tlph. Lord secured here by Tlph, and no turret in exchange for Apbr.
So Shizu, what he's doing here is he's threatening the split lane, the long lane split push, but just the same, he's keeping himself safe. If at any time he overheats, best believe since 40 has his flicker off cooldown, Shizu could get punished. And unlike Liquid, wherein they could have traps set around or their rotational speed is just much faster than Apbr, Shizu only relies on SOD. But if he does throw an SOD, mind you how that mechanic works is he can only teleport to where he hits another member of Liquid. So it's a catch-22 again. So that's why he did not force the push on that bottom lane, and he sends himself home.
And look at that artillery damage coming in from Tlph. Not even. This Lancelot is just poking out people with Thorn Rose. That's how brave Tlph is right now.
Yeah, that Thorn Rose, and then under the turret even, Oheb playing up front, getting the Death Sonatas off. So that Lord's going to eventually make its way up here. Tlph will sink things forward to get these tier 2 down in the mid and the top. They still have the Holy Shields here for Apbr. Let's see how they go with the defense. The Lord will go ahead and charge into this bottom turret. Arrows being thrown at, but ultimately Lord is cleared. Sanford gets caught in the rampart, but he's still sitting at half health. He's going to be fine. Lord JM will jump on out. I'm not sure if Tlph is going to be able to get much more. They got the Holy Shields though.
They got to take it slow. The fact that all the Holy Shields fell and the waves are still crashing through is good for Liquid because they have to slow it down. They're going to have to freeze so that they can set up for the next Lord coming in a minute and a half. So far, this is a power spike for even Sanji. He just picked up the Enchanted Talisman during the slow siege, and these arrows are going to come non-stop.
Yeah, and that means that Apbr needs to be careful in wherever they go. Tlph still holding on to that Phantom Execution, waiting for the perfect opportunity as another siege happens down bot.
First pathway dropped down. They just want this turret. It finally goes down. And Apbr losing the first base turret so far. Tlph will pull back. They got about a minute or less for this Lord to come up.
I think I haven't seen a tectonic charge land at all.
It has. During the last turtle take.
Oh, just, oh yeah, the
It
last
hit,
turtle take.
but Carl DZ still got the retry in, and there wasn't enough of a follow-through.
Oh, AP Brent still struggling to find that first big play then.
They might force something here. X-Nova, he's going to go in with a tech charge to be able to find Oheb. Oheb is in trouble, but he still has enough space. Laura JM tries to jump forward with Laura JM and X-Nova gone, and Sanford will jump in and find Aqua. A double kill in an instant. TLPH finds 3. They'll go ahead and get ready to continue on to the base of Shizu. Keep it Sanford at base. Sanford could be in trouble here. Here comes Carl Teasy though to try to help out. He's a little bit too late though. And now James Panks popping the electrifying beast. They're trying to hold on. It's him and Shizu. Oheb firing off with the Rhapsodies, and Shizu takes an arrow. And that's going to be it. TLPH will sweep AP Brand.
And the moment frustration hits for AP Brand, TLPH seizes the victory. TLPH sweeps AP Brand.
That's what you call a stampede. A singular stumble and fall leads to sure demise. Well, we were looking for a tech charge to hit. X-Nova heard you and they came in, but it was evident that they were lacking follow-through. The damage to make the most of that. Lord J was panicking. He was like, let me get in. But again, what was the lead? 5K, 6K?
Yeah.
Maybe even bigger.
They couldn't. And at this point, AP Brand falls to TLPH, but still a great effort for the boys in yellow, looking for their stride in this regular season. Their last game in the first half ends with a loss. Maybe in the next half they find their way to victory. Right now for TLPH is currently on a hot streak. 1 yesterday and 1 today. We're going to talk to Team Liquid Philippines with our hosts in the main stage.
What a great way to end the first half of the regular season, and give it up for your winners,
Team Liquid Philippines!
Gentlemen, congratulations first of all, Carl. Congratulations sa inyo. Ang ganda na performance, syempre 2-0 sweep para sa inyo. And kanina nakita natin na may iba't ibang age bracket na nanonood dito sa MPL Arena. As the young GOAT and the face of MLBB, meron ka bang maa-advise sa mga new players ng bagong generation, pati na rin sa ating mga rookies like James Panks and the other players that we have in the league?
Advice ko lang sa mga bata pa, enjoy nyo muna yung pag-aaral, tsaka kung kaya nyo pagsabayin, mas okay.
Wise words from the young GOAT. Hindi lang puro ML ang iniisip. Pero sa mga bagong players dito sa ating liga, syempre, kinakapapa nila kung anong meron tayo sa professional scene. Meron ka bang mai-a-advise sa kanila bilang mga pro players dito sa league?
Advice ko lang, pagpatuloy lang nila ginagawa nila. Ayoko magsalita kasi baka matuto kayo eh.
Tama naman.
That's correct. Actually, there was a little fun fact that was shared with me. Coach RC, if he could please come over here and join me. Because you actually helped reveal something to us na nagulat din ako because if you go to some of the famous sites where you can find more info about MLBB, wala dun eh. But actually, you were able to already coach X-Nova. You were part of the MDL Season 2 roster ng RSG Mista. So, is there anything that you can share with us with your time with RSG Mista as a coach for X-Nova? Something na hindi pa namin narinig ever.
Siguro nung sa MDL Season 2 kasi, nung magkakasama kami sa bootcamp, hindi niya ako as naging personal coach eh. Parang naging kuya niya ako, tapos pero naging coach din naman.
Yeah.
Kumbaga mas nanaig yung pagiging kuya ko sa kanya. And kinokorek ko yung mga maling attitude para just in case na maging pro siya, kagaya ngayon, na sobrang proud ako sa kanya.
Oh, so I'm sure nung na-reviews na si X-Nova will be joining here in MPL Philippines that you are very proud of him. So, of course, talo sila ngayon, but you see that AP Brand, they're still continuing their progress. If you could give a message for X-Nova so that he continues to improve dito sa MPL Philippines, ano po yun?
Kagaya na lagi ko sinasabi sa'yo, lagi mo lang fokusan yung pangarap mo kahit anong mangyari. Lagi mo lang tatanggapin kahit manalo o matalo. Basta, pagbutihan mo lang. Sobrang proud ako sa'yo.
Aww. I love the wise words. Parang life coach ang datingan ni Coach RC. And going back to you, Carl, alam natin na ending na ng ating first half of the regular season. Moving forward sa ating second half, meron ba kayong specific team na gustong makatapat?
Ano po, wala naman po eh. Lahat naman po sila gusto namin makalaban. Tsaka excited kami sa bagong patch. Kasi feel ko new beginning to sa lahat ng teams.
And speaking of a new patch, maraming changes ang mangyayari. So, can you give us a hint kung ano ba yung pinaka-nilook forward mo na mangyayari sa Project Next?
Yung nilook forward ko po yung yung nagbabago yung mapa.
Yan. Alam ko, lahat tayo nilook forward.
Yeah, and actually, since katabi ko na dito si Coach RC, without revealing too much, masakit ba sa ulo na magkakaroon tayo ng bagong patch dito? Kamusta yung buhay as a coach with the fact that the game might change in ways na hindi in-expect ng MLBB community natin?
First of all, syempre, nakaka-overthink na eh. Pero as long as kasama ko yung team ko, wala akong ino-overthink ngayon.
Wow, sana all.
So sweet. And with that, we're looking forward to seeing you guys in the next round. Again, please give it up for your winners, Team Liquid Philippines. You may now take your bow. What a great way na pinakita ng Team Liquid Philippines sa kanilang laban kontra Apbr.
Yeah, and again, very surprising the result. But now we even hear from Team Liquid itself saying that the game might change in ways we don't expect. And kahit nasa struggle onte si Coach RC, hindi naman struggle but more of napapa-overthink na.
And now, we're looking forward to get it.
Yeah, all right. So now it's time, of course, to learn more about what we missed out maybe in the game, and for our analysts and casters to break it down for us. So we'll pass it back to you.
Thank you so much to our host and to Team Liquid Philippines. Amazing performance coming in from Tlph. And looking at that 2-0, I would say they're currently on a hot streak entering the next half.
Did you just say amazing?
Yep.
He put that in
Amazing.
there. He put that in there.
I put that in there.
I still get confused when he does his intro, though. Like, I'm not sure if it's Womi or Umi.
I'm not quite sure too, but of course, our MVP, Carl TZ, with a perfect game, 100% KP and 0 deaths.
I told you so. Again, we know that
Tell us again.
You don't give Lancelot to Carl TZ, sir. They clearly left it out to open, and I'm not so sure if Apbr had a sound answer to what potentially could have been unleashed on them, and we saw it in its full potential. Maybe twice or thrice did the tech charge hit, and even when it did hit, Carl TZ shrugged it off.
Yeah, and with a Thorn Rose too, already in a very low cooldown at this point in this meta, dealt so much damage all across the map. I feel like that's one of the 3 tech charges that actually landed.
Yeah, it was, again, like X-Nova, that's so clean, by the way. Again, that Thorn Rose. But yeah, X-Nova, he tried to land a couple, but Leo mentioned it. It's just there wasn't enough follow-through. Yeah. And that's what we were kind of talking about from the draft.
Okay, just to add a little bit of a wrinkle to Carl TZ's performance, some intricacies to the Lancelot game he played. Looking at Apbr, I'd say maybe 2 or 3 of those targets you would not want to puncture through even if you gave the option, right? You don't want to necessarily always jump on the Joy, Lord JM on a Vengeance when he pops it. Even Aqua, he keeps himself scarce, he backs off, but the way Carl TZ knows when he's able to press it or when he should press it makes it such a masterful performance. That is what makes this all the more worthy of an MVP game for this Lancelot, especially since it's Carl.
Yeah, and this Carl TZ Lancelot has been through with MLBB esports history, has been with him since M2, and now on the way back to M7. We're looking at a meta that is defined by Lancelot.
Which is going to be interesting because if that's still the case, I mean, they talked about it there in the interview a little bit, even with Coach RC. It's like everybody knows that we're going to be potentially a very different, maybe meta in the next couple weeks. I think some teams might even be preparing to test things out already, but I don't know if the Lancelot is going to change too much. At least being one of the top picks for the jungle there.
Knowing what we know about what's coming, it might actually benefit Lancelot.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to make the strong ones stronger and the weak ones even weaker, with select people thriving in certain changes.
Yeah.
But right now, it's a 13-minute game, still fairly quick.
Yep, looking at the main damage sources from Apbr, you have Aqua in the early, and then James Spanks as well, who hits some level, some modicum of power spike, Liquid just had the better item response. Like Radiant Armors on those who matter, the frontliners. And then you just barrel through everyone else. Because even Lord JM isn't infallible. Like Lord JM is a hybrid sustained damage, right? Because when you click Vengeance, that's when everyone else's damage doesn't matter, and that's when you want to soak it in. Liquid played that window so well